Hello, I am Gene and this is another episode of Star Wars The Old Republic. In the last episode we met with Darth Lacris and she ordered Zayana to help end this siege, which is very unnecessary. And we will be doing that in this episode. I also messed up Zayana's appearance, so she has this horrible headgear on, and the worst part is it distorts her voice, which doesn't make sense because her mouth is uncovered. But yeah, so I'll be taking this headgear off before talking to NPCs and stuff like that, because it sounds dumb. Although, let's be honest, she has a quite a pretty face. A quite pretty face. So I'll be probably hiding it in the future if we will have a nice looking mask, but I'm not sure. I really like her design. I'm really proud of it, you could say, because I think yeah, she looks really nice. I really like that. Although
to our personnel. Last night was a hell of a fight. Outnumbered 10 to 1, and we still beat back the imps. Victory's coming, boys. Keep this up, and we can all go home.
Okay, so that was a message from this Grand Marshal. We are supposed to destroy a lot of droids here, but that shouldn't be a problem. Okay, you all die. And once more. I could use some more. Of course, they're going to destroy it. I could use more of AoE abilities. It's kind of annoying how I have to spam lacerate every time I'm fighting multiple opponents. I guess I don't really have to, but just it's efficient, I guess, but quite boring. Okay, what do we have here? Oh, the main generator. That's fine. Let's eliminate the engineer. And now the rest of this rebel scum. What's the difference between like scum with A and scum with A? Scam? I guess. I'm not sure. I guess I will figure it out later. For now, let's take a look. Where are our droids here? Oh, hello. Oh, that's great. You've seen Zayana, but that's not a very big problem. Yeah, I'm looking for something green, but nothing. Oh, we can actually use it. That's great. That's great. Wait, what? I thought this guy already died and I was so surprised, but no. I wasn't sure where he had go. More droids, more I guess mobs, you could say. Additional sensor. I like this sound. Here we have another one. Where are the droids though? And you're dead. I'm pretty sure Kenval will manage to finish off this droid. What am I saying? Oh yeah, I was right. I don't know, I was pretty sure he will just have his attention. Oh, I would almost skip this this sensor. And the primary security hub. I don't see any more droids though. Oh, okay, they are here. So I was afraid I'm leaving the zone where
I've been hearing grumbling lately. People saying the Republic abandoned Balmorra. Well, I may not be Republic Army anymore, but I'm still a patriot. So don't say it to my face. The treaty may not have left us much choice, but the people of the Republic are still behind you.
That's still not enough proof. This is just propaganda. We don't have any proof of actual Republican backing, especially with what he's saying. Like, he's saying that they don't support this, well, officially, this rebellion of Balmorrans. Okay, else, this is just for droids, and here we have another security hub. So let's take care of it. And here we have another droid. Okay, obviously it sounds the alarm, but that's fine. Nothing can really match our skill. Oh, you're actually quite tough. Good for you. Discharge shock. I don't know, I'm just I was just reminded of Warhammer 40,000. I played that game. Well, I only played a single game of it, but it was quite fun, and I'm actually in the middle of talks, I guess, with a person to have another game soon, like in the next week or quite close to that time. Yeah, and Space Marines have this rule called shock assault, because essentially ooh, there's no droids here. Let's make sure we destroy all droids before going there. But yeah, essentially at the beginning, because the Space Marines are always they are the poster boys of this universe. They always get their rules first, and therefore they are usually the worst, because Games Workshops comes up with many.
Sacrifice. My troops and I gave up our homes in the Republic, but the rest of you weren't given a choice. Your planet was taken from you. You're giving up everything to get it back. That's the real deal.
Okay, that's all. And yeah, because usually they get the rules first. Games Workshops later comes up with some new fancy rules for other factions, and because of that, Space Marines are quite outdated, and so they got some new rules lately. One of them is shock assault, which gives them additional attacks when charging, being charged, and performing a heroic intervention. It's also just all mechanics, which are quite simple, but I won't be playing them. To those interested, I play as Chaos Space Marines. Oh, so here we have Vol Argen, the minister. So let's take care of him. Ooh, that's a nice looking armor. I really like it. That is clearly a Republican one. So yeah, let's assassinate Mr. Argin. Or Argen. Wait, what? You're already dead? That was unexpected. Yes, I play as Chaos Space Marines. To be more precise, as a Black Legion, which wasn't probably a bright idea, because they also are poster boys for Chaos, and therefore they got their rules first in a campaign called Vigils Ablaze, and because of that, the rest of the legions got their rules, their new rules, in essentially how to say it. The Games Workshop releases codexes, so rules for each faction. You can play with a faction. You can play a faction without a codex. You need an index, so you know some basic rules and the point costs of your units. So, for example, for a very long time, Sisters of Battle were such a faction that never, that didn't have a codex, but you could still play them without it, because they had some rules in indexes, which are like basic rules for all factions, or at least for most factions. And so at the beginning of each edition of the game, we have an 8th edition now. Okay, let's go there. We have an 8th edition of the game. So at the beginning, Games Workshop released basic rules and indexes, and then they started releasing codexes, so rules for each faction, obviously starting with Space Marines. And then they realized that many factions are now like outdated, because they started coming up with, like I said, more fancier rules for later faction, you could say, which made Space Marines quite weak, and Chaos Space Marines as well. And to fix that, they started releasing campaigns and additional rules in that campaigns to make those first early factions more viable, you could say. And so, for example, my Black Legion got its own rules, unique just to the Black Legion, not just to Chaos Space Marines, in the Vigils Ablaze. But only Black Legion got them. And now, in a new book, a new campaign called, I think it's Fate and Fury, all other legions got their own rules, and they are simply better because they were released much later, and so they are more, you could say, more refined, more suited to the current state of the game. And so I have one of the worst legions now I play, but I don't mind it. I still really like Black Legion, although you could use some.
Can you read me? I'm lowering the barricades to the Balmoran Arm.
Sorry, I have to take off that stupid thing out of Zayana's face. Yeah, once again, just to finish, they could use some more, a couple more new rules, just to keep up with the rest, because they aren't as good as the other ones. But I guess I'll have to wait for another re-edition or something, another codex or something.
Darth Lacris, can you read me? I'm lowering the barricades to the Balmoran Arms Factory.
I hear you perfectly. We'll start scanning the interior now. Hold on. Someone cut through this interference.
Pardon my interruption. I'm Grand Marshal Takeda, formerly of the Republic Army.
The man who stayed behind when the Republic abandoned this world. I recognize your kind.
And I recognize yours, Sith. I'm not a complete fool. Once I realized you planned to lower our defenses, I sent a few friends.
Oh.
Jedi Knight Raylon Nis, reporting.
Tempest Squad, reporting.
Fresh volunteers who have taken a leave of absence to join the Balmoran Resistance. Taste of what's coming.
You expect me to believe these people are acting without Republic orders? They're violating the peace treaty by supporting the Resistance.
Raylon, are you here on Republic orders?
No, sir.
There you go.
Go! Go!
I hope we'll find more evidence on them, but yeah, it's awesome to finally fight a Jedi Knight. He doesn't seem to be a big threat to Zayana, but it isn't a big problem. And shock, and you die. Alright. But yeah, that was still awesome. Okay, so let's turn off this goddamn shield.
Can you hear me? This channel is still open. Did Takeda send a Jedi?
Along with the Special Forces team, he claimed they weren't with the Republic.
I'm sure he did. My people are performing a full scan of the factory now that the defenses are down. I'll patch you into the report.
My lord, we're detecting unusual signals from inside the factory. What appears to be a hyperspace beacon. It shouldn't be possible. It must have taken them decades.
Don't underestimate their engineers or their resources. What can you do?
In theory, starships could follow the beacon and jump-in system almost directly overhead.
The Republic is flying reinforcements straight to the Balmoran Arms Factory and bypassing our defenses.
You know where to look? Scan for enemy transports approaching the factory.
Picking up. There are dozens of ships out there. Silhouette is Republic Special Forces, Triumph class.
This is how they did it during the war. Multiple strike teams, strategic objectives, 1 Jedi per military squad. They took entire planets. They know we see them. They're rushing to land now.
If they're heading to the factory, we can stop them from the ground.
Agreed. Take out the landing platforms and guidance systems. I'll have attack squadrons blow those ships out of the sky. Fail me now, and we perish with Balmora.
Zayana won't fail you. You can be sure of that. Yeah, that's a very interesting development of the story. Yeah, so we have a full... wait, let me just switch that. Let's wear this one. Oh, that's a lot of credits, but I don't care. Yeah, and we can take off this. Yeah. Let's still be stylish. I don't know how to say it. We can still look awesome. Ooh, so we have an elevator here, and so we have a full-blown invasion of the Republic, and so we have to stop them from landing for sure, because until those transport land, their troops are meaningless, because, well, they are still in the transport. This is a very they are in the very vulnerable state of the invasion, so we have to do as much damage as possible. Some droids here, but we don't really have to care about them. Let's move to the platforms. Yeah, so we have to destroy them to make sure that they cannot land. And now when I'm thinking about it, this hyperspace beacon, that's a very interesting thing. Ooh. Oh, so I have to go inside, right? But it reminded me of Tron, you know, the Grand Admiral Tron. I can't really pronounce it. Between T and F, Throne, and he. How am I supposed to destroy it? Oh, here. We are supposed to destroy. We are supposed to plant a bomb. Okay. And kaboom. Yes.
This is Darth Lacros. Our ships are closing on the Republic transports. Keep destroying those landing pads, and there will be no escape for the enemy.
As you wish. Your will shall be done. Yeah, but Thrawn was using how they were called? Interdictor? No. There is a type of a Star Destroyer in. It used to be a part of Legends, and now it's a part of the new canon. Interdictor Star Destroyers, which are capable of creating gravity wells, and therefore they are capable of pulling out ships from hyperspace. I really love this concept.
Squadrons engaged. We're down 6 Republic transports. I'm calling in additional ground-to-air weaponry.
Okay, that's great to hear. And the last fighter. Yeah, so they were capable of, like I said, pulling out ships out of hyperspace, and Thrawn used them to actually pull out his own ships out of this hyperspace, to have a very accurate pincer attacks. Because essentially, as far as I understand, you cannot simply leave the hyperspace wherever you want in the system. It's you don't want to get too close to certain things like planets and other ships, and using those in their
remain airborne, and they've got nowhere to go. But one transport slipped past us. I'm sending in ground troops. You intercept that ship at the factory's upper landing pad. No one survives this attack.
Alright. Let's just destroy those guidance systems as well. But yeah, so Tron used those interdictor cruisers to make very precise hyperspace jumps, and essentially, like I said, surprise the enemy and outflank him. outflank them, I guess. Let's not misgender them, or... how does this look? Huh. Ooh, where? I haven't noticed such a big ship here. I really like this design. Wait. How does it look? Tell me. Oh, okay. I have one here. Alright, now that I know how they look, it shouldn't be a big problem to destroy them all. So it's essentially a big antenna, I think. I'm not sure, I guess in Polish it's antenna, but English people have a tendency to say it in a weird way. Certain sounds, at least for us. weird for us. And I'm pretty sure this is actually somewhat unique to English, because essentially, that's very interesting. Polish and Japanese have both very similar pronunciations. I find it fascinating. Essentially, I'm pretty sure a Japanese person could very easily read Polish. Germans also have a very clear and very constant pronunciation of words and letters, which I really appreciate. Obviously, they have additional rules where some letters joined together make a different sound. For example, I'm pretty sure they don't say Europe. Well, English say Europe, German say Europa, and Polish say Europa. So there's that. And the last guidance system. Alright. And now to locate the docked ship. I mean, I guess it's here, but maybe it's not ready to start or something. Okay, this is a Sith warrior face. Don't mind me, I'm just here to stop you from succeeding. Hello. And alright, where are we supposed to go? There. Ooh, I hope we will just take over this ship and we'll use it to destroy as many transports as we can. No, sorry, this is a transport that landed, actually. Darth Lacris is sending reinforcements to us, but we have to... Pretty sure we're going to have to manage on our own. That was very disappointing. I don't know what happened there. But it isn't a big problem because those guys die like flies. Oh, here we have Chaketa. Is he escaping? No, he's probably accepting. Welcoming the upcoming forces. There's another Jedi here.
The fleet may be lost, but my Padawan and I can hold the Imperials while you regroup.
No. You've got your ship, we've got a few of our own. I want you to get the non-combatants and the wounded off Balmora. after we handle this. You're damn tough, you know that?
If we tried talking from the beginning, we might not be in this mess.
Anything's possible, I suppose. I've got Jedi at my back and the finest armor Balmoran Arms ever designed. Ignore the scratches.
We can cover your escape.
Ah, let's see what an old man can do for his troops.
You're asking for your own death. Okay, so to kill two Jedi at the same time. That's awesome. Okay, so that should be one Jedi down. Sedoya-san, I'm afraid you won't be leaving this planet. And Grand Marshal, what you are doing? What are you doing? I guess you are dying. No.
Good fight. You've got something I don't have anymore.
Do we have to negotiate, I guess? I mean, they betrayed us. Well, I guess it isn't a betrayal, but... what can we... I mean, I guess negotiating could be beneficial to the Empire. But there is a certain satisfaction of destroying the enemy, because we know we will succeed. I think so, I guess, at least. I think we succeeded. But I don't like those options, you know? I'm sick of talking scam. Nah, not really. I want to see you weep. I don't feel like this, represents Diana, so...
It's not too late to stop more killing.
I'm glad to hear you say that. I know how much the Empire wants to expose the Republic's involvement in Balmora publicly. I confess the truth of the invasion, if you help my men.
You've literally brought Republic's ship into the system using this hyperspace beacon.
Dead Jedi, Republic transports. Even before I came to the factory, I met squads of Republic troops. Why do I need your confession?
Because you know the truth, but the rest of the galaxy doesn't. And they'll trust my word over yours. Let the Balmorans and the non-combatants leave. Treat the Republic soldiers fairly, as prisoners of war. Help them, and I'll tell everyone we violated the treaty.
Oh, that's a hard one. Which is more important? Because is Empire's face more important than those soldiers? Because it might not change anything. I mean, first and foremost, I don't really know other factions in the Republic aside from the in the galaxy aside from the Republic and the Empire. So having them is the Empire's reputation that important? And on the other hand, my cat is messing around, sorry. But on the other hand, it might be proved to be more useful than killing a couple more of some soldiers. You know what? I think mercy is the right choice here.
The Empire isn't without mercy. We can come to an agreement.
I appreciate that. Sounds like your troops made it inside. Keep your word. I'll keep mine.
Time to go, Chiquetta.
Sir, Squad 815, Darth Lacra sent us to reinforce your position.
Take the Grand Marshal into custody. We're done for now.
Understood. There's fighting all over the factory, but it looks like a victory. Orders are to regroup at the outpost when you can, sir.
Alright. I think it was the right decision. Because those troops aren't really that important, I don't think so. And who knows, maybe this maybe the Empire's reputation is more important than a couple of soldiers. I'm sure there wasn't a lot of them. And we will have the system for our own, so yeah, I guess Darth Lacris might be happy with our decision. Right. So yeah, I'll probably meet with her on my own. I mean, I will show it, but yeah, I won't show you the road, the way. And here we are, and we are going to report to Colonel Vrain first, because he's not that important.
I've heard most satisfactory reports of your success in the Balmoran arms factory, and that fool Vol Argon played right into our hands. There can be no doubt. The resistance is crushed.
Good luck with the final assault, Colonel.
Thank you. Captain Rigel is in charge of writing up the report on this one. If I could ask you for one final favor, that you report your success to him.
Okay, I'm not sure if Ziana is going to do that, because, well, if she can, having this success attributed to her is... Well, I mean, she was the main driving force behind all those successes, so... But yeah, Darth Lacris, I believe you're going to be very pleased with Darth Ziana. With, well, not Darth, but... Yeah, I know, I'm ahead of myself. But yeah, I'm sure you are going to be very pleased with Ziana.
Darth Lacris, Grand Marshal Chiquetta is defeated, and the Balmoran arms factory is broken.
You smell like smoke and blood. Let me show you something.
My forces received supplies and intelligence from the Republic. We knowingly and illegally attacked Imperial targets by order of the Senate. We broke the peace treaty that keeps our worlds whole, and for that, I apologize to all citizens of the galaxy.
There are protests on the streets of Coruscant. Republic ships are withdrawing from 3 sectors. You humiliated them.
Ha! You see? That was the right choice.
It wasn't about humiliation. It was about revealing the truth.
If you like, though that wasn't my priority. I'm gathering troops for a clean sweep of the Balmoran arms factory. I'm making it my base of planetary operations. My governorship would be very different without you. You have my gratitude for your assistance.
Working with another Sith is always inspiring.
Perfectly said. It's time I return to ruling. There are new reports of resistance activity. Should you choose to remain on Balmora, perhaps I'll call on you again.
I probably shouldn't say the thing about the truth. I kind of regret choosing that option, but it's too late now, so... well, it isn't a big deal. Yeah, because humiliating was our intention. But you know, revealing a lie is always a good thing, I guess. If it serves our purpose. Yeah, this was a weird thing to say. Yeah, so that's all We are now supposed to report to Captain Rigel. We are supposed to go here to Sarek, back to Sarek. We'll do it in the next episode. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you have any suggestions or advice, please leave them in the comments below. And I will be seeing you in the next episode of Star Wars: The Old Republic. Bye bye.